Hey y'all, Allison Abrams here at GE Johnson. I'm a project manager. I've been with the company for about 6.5 years now. This is my first job I had after graduating from college in 2014 from Auburn, War Eagle. I found GE Johnson just at our career fair. I struck up a great conversation with George Harris, who was kind of the recruitment chair for GE Johnson, at least for at Auburn, and ended up flying out to the Springs, interviewing, and then I got a job in pre-construction. So got my first job as an estimator in E1, and worked here in the tech center office in the bullpen when the old, the DTC used to look a little different than it does now. But worked in pre-con for about 2 years, and then transitioned out of pre-con and into operations. One of the big things I worked on really the full 2 years I was in pre-con was a lot of residential work. I estimated the Quincy or 1776 Curtis Street. I worked on Yellowstone Club, and the big one was the Coloradan that I'd estimated. Kind of at the end of that time, once we won the bid to build it, I kind of raised my hand and asked to go be a PE on the project. So that was my first experience in operations. And that project really has kind of been my entire life at GE Johnson. I feel like people are tired of hearing me talk about the Coloradan, frankly, but it was a pretty monumental project. I think I'll always have that as some really fond memories. I mean, it was an extremely challenging project from a lot of different ways you look at it. The things I remember most is just our team. We had a strong team from kind of the beginning and really followed through till the end with some new people. Justin Horsch was our fearless leader from the beginning. Alex Lopez and I were kind of the lone soldiers there from the get-go. But a lot of people came in at the end or halfway through the project to help. Matt Richardson was there, Kellen Starr, Chad Harris, Kevin Whistler, Mike Angeli, Claire Sills, TJ Brown. I'm probably forgetting people, but a lot of strong GE Johnson people that are still here came in to help and kind of boost morale and get us through a tough punch list, owner punch list, and some warranty items. But still working on a few things with the Coloradan, so hopefully can get those wrapped up soon, but that's definitely my most memorable, and it's kind of hard not to be so. The value I resonate most with at GE Johnson would have to be relationships for me. I think, depending on where I'm at in the project and some things like that, they can sometimes vary day to day, but I think relationships is the thing that I have, in my 6.5 years, have really found the most value in. Not only my relationships with my coworkers and my peers at GE Johnson and my superiors and the folks under me, but as really now as a PM, the people that I get to work with on the architect side, the owner side, our subcontractors, those, getting to know those people and establishing those relationships, that's kind of where I've learned that I have the most fun is getting to know those people, which are, from A to Z very different, but establishing a solid and a great relationship with those people, at the end of the day, to me, is what makes the difference. We are just wrapping up Sierra Nevada. We just got CO on February 26th, so a few weeks ago, down in Centennial. And the thing that I think I'm most proud of on working on that project was, on paper, I think it was a relatively, kind of a straightforward TI. It was a massive build out, but nonetheless, it was still a TI, and we had great hopes of finishing a little bit earlier than we did. We had a ton of owner changes. We had about a 3 or 4 month permit delay from Douglas County, so we were able to work through a lot of those changes really in the last minute and still get it turned over on the February date that we had promised. So had a really small team. It was myself, Brian Parr, Ray Porter, Jacob Westfallon, and Travis Fry who came in, and we're just able to kind of grind through that at the end and turn over about 300,000 square feet of TI space, some SCIF secured space and some CCA space, which was new to me, so it was a pretty neat experience. And not to mention Sierra Nevada being a new owner for GE Johnson. A lot of kinks we had to work through with those guys and kind of figure out the way that they work. But internally, I think I'm most proud of the way that our core team was able to work through that and turn over a great product.